Welcome to another video from the Global Geopolitics channel. Today, we explore the history of China. Long before China became a nation, this vast land was shaped by rivers, mountains, and cycles of survival. Geography here did not merely host civilization, it disciplined it, rewarding unity and punishing fragmentation across millennia. Early farming communities along China's rivers learned cooperation under pressure. Floods destroyed villages, but collective labor rebuilt them. Authority emerged not from ideology, but from necessity, planting the earliest seeds of centralized power. The Shang dynasty formalized rule through ritual, bronze, and warfare. Power became sacred, enforced by violence and belief. From the beginning, legitimacy in China fused authority, tradition, and control. With the Zhou came a powerful idea, the mandate of heaven. Rulers governed conditionally. Order was moral, but rebellion became justified when authority failed, embedding instability inside legitimacy itself. Centuries of fragmentation followed. Warring states militarized society, refined bureaucracy, and normalized mass violence. Chaos did not weaken China. It forged the tools future emperors would wield. Qin Shi Huang ended chaos through brutality. Standardization unified China, but repression followed. The empire was born authoritarian, proving unity could be achieved swiftly, yet sustained only with fear. The Han dynasty softened control with Confucian order. Bureaucracy replaced terror. Stability followed, embedding obedience, hierarchy, and moral governance as pillars of Chinese state identity. Silk roads connected China to the world. Trade brought wealth and ideas, but also vulnerability. Openness enriched the empire, while exposure slowly eroded its isolation and control. Dynasties rose and fell. Each collapse blamed corruption, invasion, or moral decay. Yet every restoration rebuilt the same centralized structure, reinforcing continuity over reinvention. The Mongol conquest shattered illusions of permanence. Foreign rule humiliated China, but also expanded its horizons. Trauma blended with adaptation, reshaping imperial confidence. The Ming restored native rule and turned inward. Walls rose, fleets vanished. Stability returned, but curiosity faded, isolating China as the world accelerated beyond it. The Qing expanded territory but struggled with modernity. Population exploded, bureaucracy stagnated, and pressure mounted. The old system strained under a changing world. Western powers arrived with gunboats and demands. Opium weakened society. Treaties humiliated the state. China's sovereignty fractured without formal colonization. Rebellions erupted. Millions died. The state survived, but legitimacy cracked. Reform came too late to save imperial China from collapse. The 1911 revolution ended empire, but not chaos. China entered an era of warlords, ideology, and fractured authority. Unity vanished again. Competing visions emerged. Nationalists sought order. Communists promised justice. Civil war became inevitable, fueled by poverty and foreign influence. Japanese invasion devastated China. Suffering unified resistance, but scars ran deep. War reshaped national identity through trauma and endurance. Victory in 1949 ended war, but introduced a new order. The People's Republic promised equality, discipline, and rebirth through revolutionary control. Land reform and collectivization reshaped society. Power concentrated rapidly. Equality was enforced, dissent erased, and loyalty demanded without question. The Great Leap Forward pursued speed over reality. Famine followed. Tens of millions died in silence, hidden behind ideology and fear. The Cultural Revolution turned society against itself. History was erased, loyalty weaponized, and fear became routine. Chaos was state policy. After Mao's death, exhaustion forced change. Ideology loosened, survival returned. Stability replaced purity. Market reforms transformed China. Growth surged, inequality followed. Prosperity replaced ideology as legitimacy's new foundation. The state retained control. Protest was tolerated briefly, then crushed. Order prevailed over reform. Global integration followed. China became the world's factory, trading autonomy for growth and influence. Rapid growth lifted millions, but widened gaps. Rural and urban China diverged. Stability required constant management. Nationalism replaced communism as emotional glue. History was reframed to serve unity and authority. Surveillance expanded. Technology became governance. Stability was monitored, not negotiated. Foreign policy hardened. China sought influence without invasion, leverage without occupation. Tensions rose with neighbors and rivals. Power demanded recognition. Stability abroad became as vital as control at home. Economic growth slowed, debt rose, control tightened again. Prosperity alone could no longer guarantee obedience. Pandemic tested authority. Control proved effective, but trust eroded. Stability required sacrifice. Demographics shifted. Aging replaced youth. Growth faced natural limits. Ideology returned, reshaped. Central authority strengthened. Dissent narrowed further. Relations with the West cooled. Rivalry replaced cooperation. Influence became contested terrain. Military modernization accelerated. Deterrence replaced expansion. Strength signaled security. Internal security became paramount. Stability outweighed openness. Technology fueled ambition. Innovation competed with control. Environmental costs mounted. Growth demanded sacrifice from land and people alike. By the 2020s, China stood powerful yet constrained. History weighed heavily on every decision. The past warned against fragmentation. The present demanded control. The future remained uncertain. China's story remained unfinished. Power endured, but adaptation would decide longevity. History showed resilience, repetition, and restraint. China survived by control more than consensus. The state remained central, society adjusted. Continuity triumphed over disruption. In 2026, China stood watchful, disciplined, and unresolved. History had not ended. What endures is not ideology, but structure. China adapts without surrendering control. The lesson of centuries remains clear. Unity is preserved, not assumed. China moves forward carrying its past, disciplined by memory, shaped by power, and watched by the world.
If this video helped you see the world from a different perspective, leave a like. It helps YouTube understand that this content matters. Share it with someone who also wants to understand what's really going on. And if you want to keep following in-depth analysis like this, subscribe to the channel. Here, we don't focus on the obvious, we go beyond.